Far two confirmed dead, 71-year-old, which is a female, and an 80-year-old, which is a male. This is in the Bronx, the South Bronx, New York. I was born on 181st Street, Walton Avenue in the Bronx. 7 years old, I moved to Yonkers. But I remember when I was a kid, I'm going to hit you up with a story. I'll never forget this. When I was 5 years old,
Okay.
my mother was pregnant with my brother, right? My father was just coming out of prison, doing time because he was protecting my mother. Situation, things got ugly. He had to protect his wife. My father was gonna come home the next day, so my mother's cooking, dancing in the kitchen. I'm up there dancing. I'm 5 years old. I'm doing my thing. My sister is cleaning up. In the Bronx, if anybody knows about the city, the
What's going on, guys? You rocking out with the one and only phillydom. I'm out here with my boy. Let him know your name.
Big Hawk Yonkers native. Check out my channel, Big Hawk Yonkers native.
Cool vibes, man. And we got some phillydom playing on the TV right here. Let you guys see what's going on right there. We playing some Belize. We got some Belizean vibes going on there. But I wanted to talk with Big Hawk today about New York, man. Since I'm here in New York City, he's here in New York City. What's going on in New York City? I hear a lot of drama, a lot of stories about a lot of different things going on. So break it down for us, my brother.
For the past 4 days, the gang members have been at each other's throat over territory they don't even own. And in the process of that, 15 people were shot. So far, 2 confirmed dead, 71-year-old, which is a female, and an 80-year-old, which is a male. This is in the Bronx, the South Bronx, New York. I was born on 181st Street, Walton Avenue in the Bronx. 7 years old, I moved to Yonkers. But I remember when I was a kid, I'm going to hit you up with a story. I'll never forget this. When I was 5 years old,
Okay.
my mother was pregnant with my brother, right? My father was just coming out of prison, doing time because he was protecting my mother. Situation, things got ugly. He had to protect his wife. My father was gonna come home the next day, so my mother's cooking, dancing in the kitchen. I'm up there dancing. I'm 5 years old. I'm doing my thing. My sister is cleaning up. In the Bronx, if anybody knows about the city, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, they had the fire escapes with the big metal doors. You was able to open it up. The steel doors closing. So it was the summertime, it was July. My mother was cooking. I'll never forget this. 5 years old. I remember this. 5 years old. Everybody knows back in the 70s, 80s, the Bronx was off the chain. It was crazy. New York, period, was off the chain. It was nuts. Some dude decides he wants to come and try to break in while we was in there.
Wow.
Now, my mother's from Harlem. My mother never played around. She fought dudes. She had to. That's the way my mother was.
She's just hard.
Nah, she was hardcore.
Hardcore, yeah.
So now my mother's out to here.
Oh, she's pregnant.
She's pregnant. Was pregnant with my brother.
Okay.
Pregnant, about to have the baby. My father was about to get out of prison the next day. I'll never forget this. 5 years old. The dude comes in. Now everybody knows when we was kids, the broom handles. Remember how they was thick?
Yeah. With the little metal pieces at the.
My mother says, "You coming to break in my house?" My mother starts swinging, beating the hell out of this dude. Now I'm watching this, and the guy's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Oh, the guy actually tried to go out. My mother said, "You ain't going nowhere." She grabs him in, and then she grabs him in, closed the door, starts beating the hell out of him. Now my sister was dating. I hope he's still alive. I really do. Dating a Puerto Rican dude named Angel.
Okay.
She runs downstairs. Baby, somebody's upstairs. And my mother's fighting with him. Angel, the crazy dude he was, comes up with a shotgun.
Wow.
The Lord must have been watching him, because as soon as he came up, he opened the door, got down them damn stairs, man.
Wow.
Down the fire escape, yeah.
Wow.
And that's how New York used to be And then, because Ed Koch was, everybody knows Ed Koch was the mayor.
Yeah.
Ed Koch was the mayor, and the city was terrible. I mean, you had the gang members, the Savage Nomads, the Savage Skulls, the Black Spades, the Ghetto Brothers, the Fordham Road Baldies. If anybody watches that picture of the Warriors, that was real. 10,000 gang members all over the 5 boroughs met for truth inside Central Park. It was 10,000 gang members. So this is what was going on in New York back then. That's how the gang members rolled. Now, the Vietnam War. We're going to talk about the Vietnam War and how the soldiers was coming into schools and they was snatching people that was 14 and 15 years old to go fight the war. At that time, when the war was over, the people that was coming home was like 19, 20, 21 years old. Now they're already bonkers. You get snatched out of school, didn't never get to finish. You go fight a war that had nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
You come home, now you're crazy. So a lot of these guys joined the gang. They joined the Savage Nomads, the Savage Skulls, the Black Spades, the Ghetto Brothers, and so on and so forth. This is what they joined all these gangs. Now, a lot of them, I don't know how they did it. A lot of them came home with dynamite, hand grenades, flamethrowers. Anybody know what a flamethrower is? They shoot 50 to 100 feet of fire. They used to go to war with this. Now, to speed it up, I forgot what mayor, Giuliani.
Giuliani. Oh,
Mayor Giuliani came in 94, cleaned up the city. I remember, everybody knows Times Square, 42nd Street. They know the damn, the 24-hour karate / porno shops. Everywhere it was porno shops.
I remember.
You came out of Penn Station,
Like,
porno shops anywhere. Giuliani came. I used to work at one of the places called Show World. I was a bouncer. That was one of the strip shows right across from Penn Station. They closed that down. Giuliani cleaned it up. Everything is nice. They cleaned up the streets. Everybody was able to walk the streets without being mugged or whatever. As soon as Giuliani leaves and everybody else comes, and now we have May Adams. Oh my gosh, with this guy. This guy was an ex-cop, and he was an ex-detective. Nobody knew nothing about this guy. I used to see Eric Adams come on TV when somebody was shot, or when it was a white on black, whatever, he would come out. But nobody really knew his background. The only thing you knew, he was a cop, he was a sergeant, he was a detective. That's it. Nobody ever knew nothing about it. He comes and now the city's bad. Wow. The city is horrible. 4 days straight, right now in the Bronx, it's not safe. They're killing people. They're shooting 4 days. Within 4 days, 15 people, like I said. 80-year-old was killed. A 71-year-old was killed. A 34-year-old female was shot in the back. An 8-year-old kid was shot in the leg. A 12-year-old girl was shot in the back. And there was more shootings and killings, but that's all they gave. This city right now is not the place you want to be right now.
Okay.
Because my thing is, I think because prices are going up.
Okay.
Rent is going up. Food is going up. Everything is going up for people's paychecks. So now people are getting desperate. People are starting to go back to the drugs, drug selling and gangbanging. They're making money. They're robbing people. People, the mentally ill are on the trains, and they're killing people from the subways. It's so bad. I don't even I was born and raised here, but for me not liking to take the train, I was a guardian angel from 1986 to now. I'm still a New York City guardian angel. Oh, wow. But because everybody wants to join gangs, we don't have enough manpower. Nobody wants to be a guardian angel no more. Back then, the guardian angels, Curtis Rock Sliwa started the guardian angels in 1979. It was called the Magnificent 13. The reason why they called it the guardian angels because these people was like Curtis and Arnold 13 and Butch Young and all these people got together. It started becoming more and more people wanted to join. They said, okay, we can't call it the New York City Guardian Angel no more because there's too many people. We can't do this no more. So his mother, him, and his pastor sat down and said, what can we call the group? His mother, Mob Angel, rest in peace. We're going to call it the Guardian Angels. Y'all protect people. You patrol the streets. You're angels. That's how we're going to do it.
Wow.
That's how we're going to do it. So I joined 1986. I joined because when I was in Yonkers, I seen a lot of stuff that I didn't like. So I decided I'm gonna make make a decision, make a good decision. I want to do good. I don't want to end up in prison. I don't want to end up dead. So let me do what I want to do. And I've always wanted to join, and I did it at 15 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you think they need to do to clean up New York right now? What are some of the things that you think they can do just from you being a guardian angel and you being a New Yorker and living in this region? The state, you lived in the state, even if it was Yonkers or the Bronx, or Brooklyn, wherever you lived here.